Yo, I woke up today. I was listening to the radio and stuff, and they talking about Jada Pinkett. Talking about the whole boycott of whatever. And I heard somebody say, "Oh, there's more important things, than a freaking trophy to sit there bitching about because your husband didn't get nominated or whatever, or didn't win or whatever. There's more important stuff in life than that," which is true. I agree with that. They saying, where was she when all these kids, those black kids, African Americans are getting killed and all that? Where was she to rally all these people? Let's stick together and do this, do that. And my problem is, right? I agree with what they're saying. She should, don't come out now, and start talking about, oh, let's stick together, blah blah blah. Meanwhile, your husband is like, the main reason you're doing this is like, really, it's like because of your husband. And I get the whole thing we're saying, but we also need to understand, right? She is an actress. Her husband is an actor. So what they work for is for that. That's like a prestige fucking award as an actor, right? Because it's if you try to relate it to what regular folks like us, what we do is we go to work every day, right? We get paid, we go to work every day. But when people are getting promotions and shit, they get employee of the year and shit, right? You get employee of the year and all that. You getting your promotion. You really going in there to get your promotion. You trying to get a raise. So we sit there, yeah, we go to work, we make enough money to live, but we want that promotion. We want to be recognized for the work that we put in. Right? It's the same shit that she's trying to do. Which is, we bust our ass, we work. Yeah, we get paid when the movies sell out and all that shit. We get paid or whatever. But that recognition for, okay, you guys put the time in, you guys, did really well. Here's an award for it, right? Now you're getting that award, and the rest of your peers could see that you work and you got an award for it. It's the same thing that we regular folks do in the world. Whatever job we have, we try to bust our ass to go the extra step to show to the bosses, show to other people around us that we work and we deserve to be recognized for the work that we put in. How would you feel if you sat there, you bust your ass at work, and the person who gets nominated, the person who gets that promotion, who gets that employee of the year shit, is somebody who you work harder than them. You put more time in that shit than them. You know what I'm saying? So of course you're gonna feel like that. So that's when I kind of have a problem with people saying, oh, why you coming out now, this and that, there's more important things in the world than this. But life is all about perspective. Life is all about your mentality, and your mentality and your point of view is all affected by the environment that you're in, right? Your mentality is all affected. Like when Jim Jones had that album called "Product of My Environment," product of his environment. His environment molded him. It changed. It made him who he was, right? The person that he is a product of his environment. It's a result of the environment that he grew up in. So, why do I say that? I'm saying that because, yeah, we're sitting there saying that there's a bunch of people that lost their lives and this and that. She should have been coming around to talk about it. But you guys have to understand the type of work she does, the place she lives at. A lot of times you guys sit there and think that everybody who's a celebrity knows about everything that's on the news, and that's not true. She's living in an area where the most problem she probably has is the grass is not cut on time. You feel what I'm saying? So the problem that we're facing, she's not facing those problems. She's in another environment. She lives in a neighborhood where those problems are not things she could relate to. So our problem, people getting shot and all that, those shit don't affect her. So you can't really sit there and expect her to really know, to really understand what's really going on, to be on top of everything that's going on in the news. Cause that's like a whole nother world. You know what I'm saying? That's like living in another country and then you expecting somebody else who's in another country to be able to relate to the problem that you're having. You know what I'm saying? It's like living in Miami, and you expect people from here who's dealing with the snow to be like, oh, help us deal with this rain, this hot weather. They're gonna be like, motherfucker, what the fuck is? You know what I mean? Like they're not gonna understand because of the environment that they're in, the places where they at. The things that's important to them is different to what's important to you. Not that the whole dying. I'm sure she better know that there's all this killing and all that shit is going on. But all of what she's doing is something that anybody else would be doing for their husband, which is you see your husband go to work every fucking day, put time in to do this shit, and never get recognized for it, never get that promotion. So she's just being a supportive wife, but it's like to the rest of us, we like, yo, this is our problem. What you're talking about is nothing that really affects us. But at the same time, it's like, that's not the first person to ever come out and say, oh, black people are not being recognized in this stage of whatever, in this industry. You know what I mean? Like, if you get a bunch of people screaming out, smoke, 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 you better go over there and expect that there's a fire. Because she's not the first person to sit there and talk about that shit. But it's just that the timing, her coming out to talk about it, oh, let's rally together. Meanwhile, she didn't say anything, or she wasn't vocal in the other areas of people getting killed. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about your perspective. What is she seeing? She's living in, like, almost in a different world than what everybody else is living in. You know what I'm saying? But is what she's talking about wrong? I don't believe that she's wrong. It's just her point of view and the time she's coming in, and the rest of the world is not really worried about that shit right now. But that is something that you should also worry about. I don't think people should sit there and try to tackle one problem at a time. If you could just sweep everything, you do that. You know what I mean? You try to clean up the world, you just do that. You don't. I mean, I guess you could try to do it one at a time, but at the end of the day, you need to fix all of that. You know, there's a lot of young people that's out here wanting to be actors. So it's like if you could try to solve the problem before they get in that stage of their life, before they become the actor, and then they find out, hey, there's racism, there's this and that and that. You know what I mean? Y'all do something about it. But the whole thing at the end of the day, life is all about your perspective, how you view things. You know what I mean? Like, in timing, I guess. But her point of view, I don't really have a big problem with what she's doing, because there's been a lot of people who's been complaining about the same problem. But for people to just, you know, tell her like shut the fuck up type shit, like, you know what I mean? Like, I get it. It's selfish. But everybody else who sits there and says, hey, come support me, go fund me, this and that for money because our people are being killed, that shit is on some selfish shit too, because you have people who start GoFundMe to bury their kids, and then they sit there and they spend the money on bullshit that they want. You know what I'm saying? And we sit there trying to support, and this is what they do with the support that we give them. You know what I'm saying? So everybody at the end of the day is selfish in their own way. So we can't sit there and be like trying to tell somebody shut the fuck up because they're being selfish. Meanwhile, you're being selfish too. But that's just my thought on that shit.